crack it open, feel the thrill. OND Light's the perfect chill. Great content, less filling. It's the vibe you've been missing. OND Light, sit back, relax.
Oh God.
Oh,
We're so
do you have different flavors or just the one
They're
flavor?
all the Warhead ones.
It's a Warhead flavor.
Yeah, I told
Holy
you.
shit,
I
I'm
told
in.
It was your perfect drink.
Holy shit, I'm
I told you
in.
it was Hunter's perfect
Did you
drink.
taste test them?
No.
What the I'm scared. They're
This
just
is-
gonna taste the same, except
We're doing
Listen
it live.
here, mother. It's another Four Loco episode. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Older and Dumber, podcast about three dumb friends just trying to make it on this planet we call
Earth.
Joey. You had brought up this
I
topic
did.
for today. You get
I
us
was
get us
I was
get us
watching
in
some
the
I was
inner-
watching some
and do it.
BoJack Horseman content on YouTube,
Yeah,
like I do. And I was like,
Jackaman.
they were talking about horsing around. And I was like, damn.
Horsing around.
Sitcoms were like a really big part of growing up. And I know Hunter's a sitcom guy, so he'll love this.
He is a sitcom
I'm
guy.
a big sitcom guy. I'm a big TV.
And I know Carter hates
TV
sitcoms,
guy.
so
I don't
that'll be funny.
hate sitcoms.
Guys,
I
what are
hate
your
sitcoms.
thoughts on sitcoms?
Tell us. This is the topic. Tell us your thoughts on sitcoms.
Yeah,
We'll wait.
What's your fave?
We'll wait.
We're waiting for you.
I don't-
Put it in the comments.
I don't
Wait.
hate
You
sitcoms.
can also ring the bell
I
and
hate-
subscribe.
We'll
when
wait.
people watch them over and over and over and over.
It's
again.
comfort food, bro. It's like fried chicken
So
and mashed potatoes and
annoying.
gravy.
It's so dumb.
There's actually been a research done that a study. Jesus Christ. There's a study done that people who rewatch stuff over and over again is a big sign of anxiety, because it's the one thing comforting that they can control. So
They just
I have-
watch it over and over.
they do. Those
I
people,
think
Do you have anxiety, Hunter?
I would say so.
The
Yeah.
only time I rewatch something is when I'm watching it with someone that hasn't seen it.
Oh, you're a real piece of shit.
Why am
I
a piece of
rewatch shit all the time. The time.
Like I'm only like
All the
I've
time.
already watched this. I don't need to watch
I
it
most of the
again.
time will pick something I have already seen before over something I haven't seen.
That's stupid.
I know. It's fucking
Hunter
crazy.
also does
There's
this
so
thing
many
where
things
he
I-
lists every option. Like he's like this thing, this thing, this thing. Oh, that thing sounds good. The person that's trying to watch it with him, that thing sounds good. Let's watch that. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he lists 5 other things that we could watch.
Yeah. You have to know all the options before picking
I
one.
don't.
You do.
Don't.
You have to know all the options. Okay, Carter, would you like to have $1, $5, or $100?
That's different.
No, he would say $100. But well, you could also have 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000. Oh, wait a
Well,
minute.
you didn't say those options.
I wasn't able to get to him yet because he came in being like, I want $100.
I want 5,000.
No, because you're like, there's these option, or these option. Pause.
I don't.
And then
pause.
I'm
I
like,
keep going.
oh, that sounds good. That option. And then
pause.
you're like,
There's
I never-
also these 3 options.
Never pause.
watch this.
We are getting off topic. much off topic.
No, we're not. We're talking about how you view things on Netflix.
I said that I most of the time will pick something I've already seen than something I haven't seen because of.
That doesn't necessarily mean that's a sitcom.
No, I didn't say it was. We were talking about we were going into the topic of Joey, can you bring us in on this sitcom topic, please? What are we doing? We're talking.
What did I ask you earlier?
You were like, let's do an episode about sitcoms. I said, okay. What exactly? And you're like, sitcoms.
Right, I was watching.
You were
a
watching
YouTube
BoJack
video
Horseman.
about BoJack Horseman.
Oh, a video. You weren't even watching BoJack Horseman. You were watching a video about BoJack Horseman, but not even a video about BoJack Horseman, but a video about a fictional video within BoJack
Right.
Horseman
About the timeline.
about horsing around.
About the timeline of horsing around.
Shit.
That's too
That's
much,
deep.
man.
That's deep, brother. That's like watching. Oh my
that was
god.
Sarah Lynn's catchphrase, right?
What was it?
That's too much, man.
Too much, man.
Is that Sarah Lynn's catchphrase?
I don't think so. I
I
don't
think
remember.
it is. Maybe put
Okay.
it on the screen. Put Sarah Lynn on the screen.
Completely different.
Not dead Sarah Lynn, though. That would be sad.
Come on. Yeah, put young Sarah Lynn saying her catchphrase on.
That's too much, man.
It's too much, man. You had a reason for sitcoms.
I just think that it was like a huge part of like growing up,
Sure.
and I was like, man, that connected with me. I remember watching like Full House and Family Matters and Roseanne and just shit that you wouldn't think of. Like right
No,
off
I
the
would-
bat, but like it was a huge part of like my TV viewing as a child.
George Lopez's whatever.
George
Well, I
Lopez,
mean, you're a
bro.
different generation, but yeah.
George Lopez is old. That's around
Yeah,
the
that's
same
a pretty.
time.
It's a
George
pretty-
Lopez was like 2000, sure.
No, it was like 90.
It was-
I was a kid in
No.
the 80s, Carter.
No, actually, it might have been.
I watched
I think it ended in 2000.
I watched it
but
at like
I think it started
3
in-
a.m. at my
I think it
Nana's
started
house
in
at Nick at
99 or
Night.
98
You
or
know, like
something.
that was on Nick at Night, and I would watch it at like 4
George
The
Yeah.
wild
Lopez-
part is that it was Nick at Night.
George Lopez steals his jokes. That's all I know.
Damn.
Fuck you, George Lopez. How do you like
I would
that?
I would
wake
like
up-
to meet George
But
Lopez.
comment on this video.
If I were to meet it,
If you don't steal
George
your
Lopez
jokes.
seems like a
I
dude
would
to
wake
meet.
up
He
at
seems
like
funny.
3 a.m. to the intro of George Lopez's
How does it
music
go?
playing on do. I don't remember. At
This guy doesn't know how it goes. Low, ra,
Yeah, that's what I was singing.
Gets a little higher.
I
Do
was-
do 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 do.
I know,
It's
I was
not
singing-
low rider.
I was singing do burr 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 low rider. That's the
How
intro
about
to
you
the
just know
fucking
it?
low
How
rider.
about you
song.
just know
It's
it?
the intro to the low
You
rider
didn't know
song.
it. He literally admitted
What are
that
you
he didn't
fucking
know it.
talking
He didn't.
about?
He went dee 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 and said, "I don't know it."
No, that's Bernie Mac.
What's Bernie Mac? Bernie Mac is not that.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of.
Do you remember the Bernie Mac show though?
That's what
Bernie
I was
Mac
going to
show?
say. The sitcom guy that died,
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
I think a couple of them have died, but Bernie Mac is
Yeah.
sure that's one for
Bob Saget too.
sure. Yeah, Bob Saget.
Family Matters.
Damn, yeah. Shit.
Favorite sitcom?
Favorite
Of all
sitcom
time.
of
Yeah, mine is New Girl.
what?
New Girl's really good.
I like
New
New
Girl
Girl.
is very good, but
Nick
it's your
is my-
favorite of all
I
time.
love Nick. Nick is my boy.
Sure. Sure.
It feels the closest to like what I feel in real life, our group dynamic.
Okay.
So that like I feel more attuned.
Who
to
do you
that
think
show.
you are?
I don't know. I think I'm Nick. I think you're Nick. I don't know. There's a lot of
Everyone's
people.
Nick.
Feel like a lot of people
Everybody's
in our
Nick.
group are Nick.
Everybody's Nick.
But I think Hannah's
like
fucking
Winston.
what's her name?
Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah.
Who is
She
Zoe
gives-
Deschanel?
Hannah.
Oh.
My Hannah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roseanne.
She gives a big
Roseanne?
big
Yeah, I remember
That's your favorite is
growing up
Roseanne.
to
That's your all-time favorite is Roseanne?
Probably.
Of all the picks.
I like
Or
Brooklyn
Elf.
Nine. I like Brooklyn
I
Nine.
love fucking Elf, dude.
That's a movie.
Did you ever watch Elf?
Yes,
The
I've seen the
movie
movie
The
Elf.
alien puppet guy?
Oh, Elf.
Yeah.
Not Elf. Elf.
Elf.
See, he sounded like
It
Elf.
sounded like Elf.
No.
Alf with an
he
A.
ate cats.
Mhm.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I mean, it was
Parks
on
and
my
Rec,
notes.
another
Yes.
really good one.
Parks and
I
Rec is really good.
enjoyed.
I like Andy.
Andy's really good.
Andy Dwyer.
Andy's really
Yeah.
good.
I liked Ben a lot. Yeah. Cones of Dunshire.
Yeah. My favorite all-time sitcom is probably Psych.
Psych is not a sitcom.
It is.
Psych
Psych
That's
is
a
a
detective show.
Psych is a sitcom.
No,
That is
no,
not
no.
a sitcom.
And this is a
Psych.
perfect segue into what warrants what a sitcom
If Psych
is.
is a sitcom, Psych is
Tell
probably
me,
my
Hunter.
favorite
Tell me
sitcom.
what you think of sitcom.
So first of all, guys,
Psych
let's
is
get
not.
into what sitcom means. Do you know what sitcom means?
I don't
No.
Do you no? Do you know what it means?
No.
It's a sitting comedy.
Everyone sits and they tell jokes. Isn't that a roast? No, sitcom is actually a shortening of situational comedy.
Yeah.
That's what sitcom means. It's a genre. Sitcom.
Genre.
Genre.
Sitcom.
For Son of the Sea.
Sitcom is a genre
Zombie.
of comedy that centers on a fixed set of characters who mostly carry over from episode to episode.
Yeah.
But entirely commits to the comedy. All situational comedy. So each week there's a situation. We got to get through it, but we get through it with comedy. It's resolved. That's sitcom. That's situational comedy.
Sure.
Psych is not a sitcom.
Psych is a sitcom.
No, it's not.
Psych is a sitcom because underneath sitcom is 3 subgenres as well. There is actcom, domcom, and dramedy.
Dom, baby.
Yes. Actcom is an
my.
action. Actcom is a action comedy. Domcom is a more
Sexual comedy.
it is a more mental comedy, so it's all about like the reasons and
Dominate
situations to why you take those actions. And then dramedy is a drama comedy. So an
Like
act comedy is action comedies.
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy would be Grey's Anatomy is not a sitcom.
No, it's
Grey's Anatomy is a
Grey's
purely
Anatomy
drama.
Is horrible.
It's a pure drama.
It's the One Piece for old white women.
Oh my god. So, but Psych would fit into the actcom. So it'd be an action comedy. Because first of all, it fits the situational comedy genre. Each episode, there's a situation that has to be resolved, a murder, obviously, or like a theft, or
They don't solve
whatever
it
it
with
is.
comedy, though. They're just
I'm sorry.
comedy in the show.
I'm sorry. Is not the entire show funny and a comedy?
It is a comedy.
Thank you.
But it's not like they solve the crime with comedy.
They don't. I
You
didn't
don't
say
have
that they
to
solve
solve-
the problem with comedy. I said that the main plot of the
It's
show
written
is there's
in a
comedy.
comical manner.
Yes,
Okay.
it is not a drama. It's a.
I don't think it's a sitcom.
It's not like SVU.
You may not think it's a sitcom,
It's
but
not
it
a
is a
sitcom.
sitcom.
Now, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's a sitcom.
Brooklyn
That's an
Nine.
action com. That's an
That
action
again, that's an act com. So that is
I don't
that is a
agree with the
sitcom. That's an
Characters
action comedy.
Like, look at my pecs. Pop, 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 pop.
Yes.
I love my yogurt.
He does love his yogurt. But yeah, Psych is probably my favorite of all time sitcom. But obviously there's a bunch of other ones I like too, like Frasier. Did you guys ever watch Frasier?
No.
Oh, I grew up on Frasier.
Frasier's fucking good, dude.
See, I grew up on sitcoms, so I know like a lot of the old
Yeah.
ones.
Frasier is great.
Cheers. And
Cheers is-
Roseanne and-
Cheers. So Frasier.
One of my favorite sitcoms, Always Sunny.
Yeah,
Always
well,
Sunny in
Always
Philadelphia.
Sunny is an anti-sitcom.
It's my
So like
favorite.
normal sitcoms like show a progression of the characters throughout the series.
Correct.
Sunny shows an anti-progression, like they refuse to progress throughout the series.
That too. But also the other big thing why Always Sunny in Philadelphia is not really a sitcom.
It is a sitcom.
But
It's
it's
an
an anti-sitcom. It's not really a sitcom because the characters stay the same throughout every episode, but there is no continual plot or story
there is though.
throughout. There is, but it's very. This episode talks about this thing. 4 or 5 episodes later, we continue that thing. It's not a continual.
Right, there's not continued storylines, but
Correct.
there are continued characters.
Yes,
Like Rickett.
yes.
Like
Continued
The
characters, but
Waitress.
not a continued
and the
story,
waitress.
and that's what makes it different
So
from
there
sitcom.
there is progression throughout, but the main characters do not progress. They stay where they are.
I don't know.
Um,
Charlie got to get with the waitress, so
Right, but they didn't progress his character at all. He immediately regressed back to Charlie.
it's true.
So
So good. He likes trolls.
Well, it's fun to think about new sitcoms and older sitcoms. A big thing being that older sitcoms used to very, 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 very heavily rely on not only their live audiences, but also laugh tracks.
Right. Canned laughter, which is what they actually had, not live audiences.
That is untrue. So there are
Oh boy, here we go. Professor Hunter's gonna fill you in, guys, on the real facts.
there was an even amount of both shows that were not live audiences and had laugh tracks,
And they said
and audiences
recorded
that
in front
were
of a live studio audience, and all they were doing is pumping laughs into the room.
Yes, that's not untrue. There were a lot of shows that did have laugh tracks, and undeniably, those are the shows that did not make it into the most popular.
Tell me one show. Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. 1960.
There
By
you
the time they realized people wouldn't just laugh on command, they had to put laugh tracks in.
There you go. However, when you look at shows like Friends was completely shot in front of a live audience.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. Friends was shot in front of a live.
Want the masses
Friends
to believe.
was shot in front of a live studio audience. The only time they did not shoot in front of a live audience was for cliffhangers.
It was during COVID.
They didn't shoot during COVID. Fucking hate you. Was cliffhangers, intimate moments, and season finales. The only times they didn't shoot in front of a live audience. Every other time was a live audience, and all laughs were 100% real.
Baby.
Another fun fact about sitcoms. Sitcoms. Anyway,
Is the Orville a sitcom? I
The
think
Orville
is a
is a
sitcom.
sci-fi sitcom. How
Yeah.
about that? I also think that like adult animation has really
That was the
taken
next-
over. Yeah, go
yep,
ahead.
that was the next thing, is whether or not cartoons are a sitcom.
Yeah, I think they've taken over that space. They've taken the formula of sitcom, at least American animation.
Yep.
Has taken over that formula.
Yeah.
And used that to tell their stories. So like Rick and Morty, Family Guy, The Simpsons, all of those would fit the sitcom formula.
The
They're just
number one narrative plot way to tell a story is sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's huge in American television. And the biggest thing
It's
for
huge
cartoons
it's
is
pretty
adult
big in
animations.
Japan as well. They watch it with subtitles or dub. They have an argument about it, just like we do in America for anime.
It's wild.
It's real. They're
I
like,
know it's real. It's just wild.
I watch American Dad with subtitles. I watch American Dad with dub. It's more true to.
I actually hope that they don't watch American Dad with subtitles, because I've seen the subtitles on the English versions
Bro, you
of
can't
shit.
go off
and it's
you
bad.
watched it on Netflix though. The Netflix.
Where do you
subtitles are
think
so
they're
bad.
watching it?
It's gotta
Yeah,
be-
adult animation. I think has brought itself into the sitcom genre. Big ones being Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, BoJack Horseman.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons is the longest running animated sitcom.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
Rick.
What
Rick
other
and
animation is on my list?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
No.
That's not on my list. I don't think that's
Futurama.
a. Oh, South Park.
Futurama.
South Park is also considered a sitcom
South Park.
Yeah. because it's situational
I
comedy.
saw that they just dropped the trailer for their new special. The End of Obesity.
Fucking love South Park, brother. Just to
Hunter
go
always
back
says
on the
that.
live audience
How
thing.
many episodes of The Office have you watched and not complained about? That's what I want to know. Carter.
I watched the first time all the way through without complaining.
You complain the
You
whole
watched
time.
the entire
You were like-
entirety of The Office?
I've watched the entirety of The Office.
Michael
but,
Cera, please stop
so
talking.
the reason Michael Cera is not in
He's
that
not in that
fucking
show.
show. So
What is Michael's name in that show?
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. Please stop talking.
I have watched The Office one time all the way through by myself, but the reason why my deep hatred of people who watch sitcoms over and over again comes from my sister watching The Office 8 million times on repeat anytime.
That's only one show.
And I would just be like, this is fucking stupid. You have watched the show already. You know what's going to happen. I don't
You've never
understand.
watched a thing twice?
I've watched a thing twice, but only with someone else. Like that.
He's
Never watched
never
a thing
individually
twice on your
watched
own?
something more than once.
You've never watched A New Hope more than one time?
I usually with other people, not like by myself.
You've never been like, man, I really have a Star Wars craving. I want to put on my
No.
favorite Star Wars movie.
I've never gone back by myself and been like, I'm gonna watch this. It's always with a group of people.
Yeah, that seems like a you problem, bro. Never
I mean,
watched
yeah.
Jaws
It's
2 times.
my personal preference. Like I don't go back and watch things unless I'm with other people. As like
you don't
part
have
of
a
the thing.
favorite
A favorite.
thing?
His favorite's New Girl. He said that.
My
No,
favorite
I
thing.
didn't say favorite sitcom.
I mean, the
said
thing I've
a
watched.
favorite thing that you've watched multiple times without having the requirement of watching with someone else.
No,
You're a piece of shit. Don't lie to me.
I haven't.
Oh my God.
It's always been with other people or people I've shown the other thing. Like I've watched One Piece 3 times, but it's only been with other people who haven't seen it.
Should watch things again more often.
Yeah, like when I get
It's how
the
you catch
opportunity to
things
watch
and-
Jaws on the big screen, I go watch it.
Continuing
Maybe as I get older, I'll start doing that. But I mean,
He is young.
Until now, I haven't watched
He's young.
anything over again that I haven't like.
He
Watched
hasn't
with
gotten to
another
the
person.
point where he's realized that everything coming out is garbage.
Not everything is garbage, old man.
Not everything is garbage.
Everything is.
No. So
The
another thing to
Romans,
bring up about
the
sitcoms.
Greeks all did it first. The Greeks had sitcoms.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Hermaphrodites versus the three-headed titan.
They had a show called The Hermaphrodites versus the Three-Headed
I
Conan.
didn't say hermaphrodite. I said hermaphrodites
My bad.
versus the three-headed titan.
I see. And how does that story go?
It's a hero story, and it's
Oh.
a hero's journey, which is
Oh,
a commonly retold tale
yes.
throughout
It
media.
is. It is.
That's more of an archetype.
It's a story element. So a lot of the shows in sitcoms and other things like that, they would use either a single camera format or a multi-camera
Yeah, they
format.
put one camera.
you
'cause
know-
there's a live studio audience?
Do you know the difference between single camera and multi-camera?
There's one camera or there's multiple cameras.
Sure, right off the bat, that seems like a good deduction technique. But what do you think that means?
There's one camera, one shot of the room, and they focus on the couch. Or there's multiple cameras, and they have one on the door, one on the stairs, one on the couch.
That is very close. So with single camera sitcoms, which, by the way, Friends is a single camera sitcom. What they will do is they take the one camera and focus on one character the entire time for that scene. Then they have to shoot the scene again and focus on a different person. So they do the scene multiple times, but all on one camera.
That seems like a lot of work.
It
And
is.
it would make a lot of sense to have more than one camera there.
It does. However, single camera
One
format.
camera on Joey, one camera on Phoebe.
Single camera format is a lot of what major like movies and stuff do now as well.
Well,
Yeah,
you're stupid.
So the reason for it is that it
The
creates
producers want more money because it costs less to have one camera.
holy shit. Single camera format allows for the different actors to be doing things during the scene that they can take and use. It's so you can do multiple takes and get better stuff out of people. So multi-camera is what you said. Multiple different cameras on each person or each place. And they do the scenes over and over again, but they're able to, usually there is 2 cameras in the front that do close-ups and 2 cameras in the back that do wide-angle shots to catch anything that the actors do for a more improvisation. Well, I
55
wanted to get to the
minutes.
part that I knew Carter was going to be like, well, that's why I fucking hate sitcoms. And this is the part of the sitcom talk where it's what is wrong with sitcoms? What makes sitcoms bad?
They're brainless.
Brainless.
The biggest thing about what makes sitcoms bad.
He has notes.
I
He'll
do.
tell you why you think sitcoms are bad. Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, a.k.a. Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle Eagle. We're
OlderNDumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew. Be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
So dipshits, mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of older and dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. Now my stand. Fade to black.